Aloha, I'm Dr. Mari and I'm here with Dr. Cassar, and we're going to show you guys how to make the alcohol skin wash. And we have some of our guests here at the Train Modification Retreat. We have Gloria, Larry, and then our friend Myra over here. So we're all going to learn how to make the alcohol skin wash.
Okay. Gloria, where are you from first?
New York.
New York. You traveled, what, about 13 hours to get here?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And Larry, you're Long Beach.
Long Beach, California.
All right, so you were short only about 5 hours. And?
Myra from Florida.
Florida.
I have problems with her name every time, but I'm getting it down. Myra. It's Myra, right? Myra. Oh, that's easy then. It was Myra. Close. Okay, so what we're going to do is, skin washing is one of the most important things to do anytime, but when you're detoxing, what you want to do is you want to really wipe off everything so your body can let go of a lot of things, because your pores, just so you understand how this works, you have thousands of pores inside your body. So if you can open up the pores, then the internal parts, the pores right here, the internal part, exactly where that pore is, will be able to actually leak out some of the poisons or toxins or contaminants, or just clean the fluid there. So the idea is you want to open up as many pores as you can. So the alcohol does the beautiful, beautiful cleaning. But if you use it dry, or if you use isopropyl alcohol, that's all negative stuff. So a lot of people, they say, I've been using isopropyl alcohol, okay, and it's drying my skin up.
Dries your skin, yeah.
Yeah.
No good.
And that's what it does. So this is a Kirkland from Costco. What was it, $13.99 or something, 15 bucks? Whatever. This is under $20 a bottle, and this is a 6 times distilled. Wow. And these are really good to use, or I use a lot of times Smirnoff. It's cheap. You don't want to use anything in a plastic bottle, so you always want to use, when you put these solutions in there, the solutions actually will start to break down, like the color of Sky Vodka, the bottle is blue, and I used to use that before, but the taste, I used to be able to taste it, and yeah, that's not good. So before we get started here, I know you probably have something to...
Oh no, I was just going to say, so like part of the reason why you add all these things is so that the vodka is not drying to your skin, right?
Exactly.
So we're adding all these things that make the vodka so that it's not, you know, going to be like this acidic drying substance, that it's actually going to be now used more to just kind of like remove the top layer of gunk from your skin and allow your pores to breathe and clean the pores out.
What about the proof? 100%, or is there a range?
Well, this is an 80 proof, so it's like 40% alcohol. You can't get that much stronger on your skin than that because you don't really need it. But the idea is, why I like to use vodka is because you won't smell afterwards. Okay, other alcohols, if it's brown alcohol, any colored alcohol, you never want to use that when you're cleaning your skin. And actually, you don't even want to drink it. This solution, okay, when we putting in all these different ingredients, and you've seen a lot of the videos we have, but these are the major ingredients that I like to use, because these things really are the potent part, and you can actually add from there if you want to. But we use the fossil shell flour, and this is a silica animal. It's just like it says here, it's a natural diatomaceous amorphous silica. And what this is when you look at it under a microscope, it's really super fine powder, but the powder is sharp. And so when you put this in, and when you feel this, feel it a little bit with your finger there, and it's under a microscope, these are sharp, but it doesn't feel like that. So this is our fine buffing compound, because we want to buff the skin, and I want to use like sandpaper, but I don't want to scratch your skin too much. But this stuff works really good that way. Works good for brushing your teeth lightly, not hard because it's sharp, okay? Cleaning your teeth. But we're going to use, like, since I'm talking to these, Dr. Mark, go ahead and do. So when you do this though, because alcohol's at the top, I want to take out, make this simple. Take out a decent amount so when you shake it,
So you don't make a mess.
you get space. So I usually bring it down just a little bit more than that, just so we can get a good shake. There you go. And there's your funnel.
All right, so I'll be doing the mixing.
And I like to put in about a big heaping tablespoon of that. And if you can, yeah, you can always, you know, add to these measurements. Nothing's really
Written in
concrete.
stone,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, it depends on if you don't want to use. Let's say your skin's good right now. You don't need to use the diatomaceous syrup, but I want to open up your pores. I want to make it so when you go into the far infrared sauna, I want to see you sweat.
Yeah.
If your pores are clogged, you won't sweat.
Well, and also
It's
what
like-
they're...
It's like a mild scrub.
It's a scrubber. So the alcohol's like, think of when you wash the kitchen floor with soap, right? You get off the dirt,
Yeah,
but it doesn't take off the wax.
exactly.
This is going to take off the wax. This is like a ammoniated stripper.
Yes.
So you're putting this on your skin. Not only does it clean the skin and it sanitizes it, but it's going to soak inside each pore. So men that are losing their hair in their head, you soak this into your head because it's been known. Hair mites are why a lot of men lose their hair and women lose their hair. So what this does, it goes into the pores and it's really essential, especially while you're changing your diet. Because a lot of the critters that live inside you, they only live because your body makes certain oils. And once you start drying everything up, they'll still be in there, okay? But you just get rid of them. And the way you do it, the easiest way is with the alcohol. But you can do this every day for about a week or even 2 weeks.
Oh, good.
And scrub and pick on the areas of your body. You can pick on your front side of your body one day and really work it good, because you know tomorrow you're going to go ahead and still wash your whole body, but you're not going to go ahead and really scrub hard.
Yeah, I just want to mention one thing, and Larry asked this question earlier about, you know, the measurements, and you said, oh, it's not written in stone. The more important thing is understanding why he's using each piece of the mixture, because when you understand why, you can adjust the measurements to what you need, like he said. So
easily.
more important message for you to get from this video is not, oh my gosh, was it 1 tablespoon or 1.5, or what was it? It's more about understand that fossil shell flour is the buffer. It's the scrubber.
Buffer.
And that's what you're using it for.
You can easily also, you can make a paste with this. This works really good. You've got your, let's say you're going to go out in the sun and you've got some wrinkles on your arm, on your neck, or on your forehead. You can make a little paste with this. You can put this in a jar, okay, like this. Put in about a tablespoon or 2 in here. Put some water in here, put some silica in here, and then take a little bit of coconut oil because you want a lubricant, because if not, it's too dry, it'll scratch you. And you mix it up with a little bit of water, like I said. Use it, finger, and put it on. And work it in different, never up and down, always do circles both ways.
Yeah.
And this regenerates the skin, because what you're doing is you're pushing it to regenerate. Skin regenerates every 30 days, but what lives on top of it and what lives in the pores causes it to get old looking, causes it to get wrinkly, causes it to hang and sag. So your job when you want to renew yourself is actually your skin's one of the most important things to do, because that controls a lot of stuff. MSM. This is another super good thing for making your skin vital, okay? It makes it so it looks brand new. The sulfur goes in. It also is a good disinfectant for your pores, and it also makes the skin so it actually makes it healthier and vital, more elastic. So I like to put in a big spoon of this, tablespoon, yeah. And then,
Big tablespoon.
yeah, and MSM is really good to take also. Now, if I was going to go ahead, like I said, if you're going to use, this is your base. You can drink this too, but you never drink alcohol ever with food. This is always done about once a month. I do an alcohol fast, and it's really, really effective.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
It's an alcohol fast, but it's a therapeutic. It's good because I add activated charcoal. I put more MSM in it. I put in niacin. I drink this with 30 ounces of liquid each time, 2 or 3 times. We'll go over this on how to do this, but
Yes.
I stretch, or we get worked on really good, and I do things. It's not for social. It's not to go to have a beer and watch a
Yeah.
football game.
Yeah.
This is medicine this
Yeah.
way.
It's a therapy.
It's a therapy. Okay, so we got
So
the
I think
fossil.
we're on sodium bicarbonate now.
Sodium bicarbonate is the great and grand alkalizer, okay? You want to make sure you use aluminum free, because most of the sodium bicarbonate is not good. Most of the sodium bicarbonate you buy is in a bad package, and the sodium bicarbonate starts eating the plastic,
Also known as baking soda.
also known as baking soda.
AKA.
And this stuff is very, very magical for the solution. If you could only have one thing and you didn't have a lot of this stuff here, the sodium bicarbonate and the salt, okay, are the 2 huge pieces go ahead and
To
actually...
make it so that the vodka is not going to dry out and
Yeah.
damage the skin and be so acidic. So that's why those are the two really important. And silica.
Well, this is the cleaner.
Which one?
This one here, the sodium bicarbonate.
Sodium
This alkalizes and it kills everything. If you
Alkalizes.
take sodium bicarbonate and you put it in tumors, and then this is very well known, and use sodium bicarbonate on sodium bicarbonate drips where they actually drip it into tumors. In 3 days, you can soak down tumors 90%. There's an Italian doctor, Dr. Simoncelli. He does all this and shows everybody how to go ahead and actually use sodium bicarbonate to treat cancer. But we're using sodium bicarbonate to sanitize your skin.
So how much are we doing?
Put in about big tablespoons, like 2 to 3 big tablespoons in there.
Okay.
I like using a lot sodium bicarbonate,
Yeah.
and it's cheap.
Yeah, inexpensive. That's a diatomaceous earth.
Cheap. Activated charcoal, cheap. MSM, cheap. All the minerals, cheap. Okay? And all this stuff. Salt, cheap. The only thing that's expensive to use is silica. And this is what makes the alcohol so it doesn't dry your skin. This is the real magical stuff, because the silica is what's important to make your fingernails grow, your hair grow, your cartilage, all your soft tissue. Okay, so
sodium bicarbonate, got that.
That's-
Alkalizing.
that's the super alkalizer. Now, this is also what makes your skin. This is the magnesium chloride minerals, and there's not just magnesium in there. There's about 80 other minerals in here too. And you ever try to drop this in your mouth?
Yeah.
Have you? Yeah. Tell everybody. Oops, there. Tell everybody how it tastes.
Good catch.
Here, take a drink. Okay.
I never have it
You
without
ever tried something like
Put
this?
your head back. Put your head back.
Take one drip there. And this is really good to put in your mouth 3 or 4 times a day, especially if you're fasting on my side, because the magnesium, there's no calories in here. There's zero anything. These are just straight minerals, and what to do is they give you sort of light to your head. Magnesium, I have a light bulb little trick I show people. Okay, and you can see how the more faces that you make, the more you need the stuff. Okay, the more you do. This is what happens. This helps regenerate your gums too. If people have receding gums, you spray this in your mouth 2 or 3 times a day and swish it around and just let it sit in there. And the magnesium goes in and it makes your breath nice and fresh because it kills everybody that lives in the bacteria in the gingiva. So what we do is on this one here, I like to use about 2 big tablespoons of this minimum. So go ahead and do 2 tablespoons.
It's almost like a vitamin for your skin.
80 minerals in there. The sodium bicarbonate, remember, was to go ahead and alkalize or to sanitize the skin. The alcohol's the base. That sort of like holds everything together. It's like the super cleaner, and it opens up the cells to make it so all this good stuff goes in deep as we can.
Right.
The MSM, remember, was for regeneration, for nutrient elasticity. And this is the Soleil salt. You can see it's got the pieces of salt on the bottom. Those are crystals. But
It used to be pieces of salt.
yeah.
But
Salt will only break down as much as the water will let the salt break down to 26%. So the salt becomes water and the water becomes salt in one day. It's called Soleil. So we put like 2 tablespoons in there. And like I said, this is the same stuff. If you were going to drink anything, this is a tonic. And drinking it on an empty stomach makes you so... Remember Chris from Long Island didn't go to the bathroom for 4 or 5 days? And I said, you haven't gone to the bathroom in 4 or 5 days? Wait a minute, and you're fasting? I know you got more stuff in there. So gave him this drink in, what was it, 30 minutes?
yeah.
Okay, and it's alcohol, and of course he goes, wow, this is a good buzz too. Yeah, I know. But the stuff goes in, and what it does is it dissolves, especially, see, when your stomach doesn't have any food in it now, any of these things that are tonics or anything that you do afterwards, your intestinal tract is so important to go ahead now and just keep it clean. Don't re-dirty it again, and don't, you know.
Well, I think there's a point that this is more cleaning the top of the intestinal tract. That's the point of the alcohol.
100%.
Is it's not, you know, we do a lot for the colon, for the end of our digestive tract. You know, we do enemas and colonics and all those things. But this is the top of the digestive tract. And a lot of people are like, oh, you're drinking alcohol. But like you said, it's not, this is not like alcohol for fun. It's like you take an ounce or 2, a couple of shots, and you know, you work out with it and you stretch with it, and what you're doing is you're moving it around in there and you're scrubbing the top of your intestines, and you're really breaking down all that crud on the top of your
It
intestines.
has a job to do.
That's what we're doing. Yeah, so that's what we're using it for.
When you find out where most of your minerals come in your body, there's this part of your intestine, like the first 12 inches, where about 75% of all the minerals, they come into your body right here. And you have to have ample gut wall bacteria there. So this area has to be very healthy and slid away of pathogens, because the good bacteria, if they're living here, okay,
They're nice.
they're producing what you call a doorway to let the minerals in your body. Oh, something's flying.
That guy wants to be on. He wants to be on the.
No,
So-
that's Willie the Wasp.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
wasp.
they're
That's
so
right.
nice. They're so nice.
So the first 12 inches of your intestinal tract is where you absorb all your minerals. So when you do this little alcohol fast, when your body's dry, what it does is it roto-roots and cleans that area so you can wipe off. Most people have black mold or a lot of different problems from
A lot
eating.
of buildup, like a thick, because your intestine has this mucosal layer to protect your intestines from the
Exactly.
acid of your stomach, but that mucosal layer can get, you know, as you can imagine, it's this moist place. It's a good place for bacteria and mold and fungus and all these negative things to be living as well. So that's where this comes in handy.
Living silica. This is special stuff to be able to make it so the alcohol does not get dry. And you want to put about maybe 2 tablespoons in there. And if you're going to use this as an alcohol tincture drink again, you'd want to add some silica, you'd want to add some more minerals, especially if you wanted to go ahead and loosen up more, you add more minerals. These make you go to the bathroom here. So if you have this and sodium bicarbonate and MSM, this is part of my detox drink to be able to intestinal cleanse. We just use different quantities.
I'm glad.
Okay.
So,
you
and
did
I
that.
also want to point
you
out
tried
that this is what you need to know if you're going to make a bottle of vodka. This is the base. Every other clean out drink, you know, other types of skin wash, like the acid skin wash, everything comes and can be made from this base. Like you might add some of the same stuff, but in higher quantities, but you can make it all out of this base. So if you buy a big bottle of vodka, this is the recipe you want to know. This is what you want to make. This is the base solution.
I used to tell people to make 2 bottles. Now we got smart. Because
Yeah.
we want to make this easy for people, simple. So this is your alkaline solutional system. And if you're going to use, because I like people to use the fulvic too, because the fulvic, what it does is it dissolves wrinkles, it opens up your skin, it shrinks things up. So you clean your skin first with this, because this is your base. And once you're clean, then you take the fulvic and you put it on full strength and you rub it
Yeah,
right
because
inside.
you were saying before you would add it to the thing, but it got too watered down. So it's better to just add it directly to the skin.
And not only that, when you actually pour this on a towel, you ruin every towel that you have, because the
If you
white
have the
towel
fulvic, yeah.
will not, it's like turmeric. Once you get turmeric
So
on
now
a
can
white
I pour
towel,
this,
it's
some
not.
of this back in here, or are we gonna shake it
Let's
first?
shake it first.
Okay.
Give her a shake.
Right.
Shake,
Oh,
shake,
me?
shake. Of course. And sometimes if you
Guns.
want to, you can actually even put in, if you're looking for more detoxification, let's say you want to go ahead and soak your feet, because everybody knows wants to soak their feet and their hands with this. Why? Is because this is what makes your capillaries, which are the transport of where your arteries send blood out, and then they turn around on your hands and feet, and they can only go through 1 cell at a time through capillaries, and they come back and turn into this thing called the venous system. So your system's this closed system. So the alcohol that you use, you clean your skin with it, you can soak it in your hair, you can even, if you want to dilute it down, and you can even put it inside your ears to sanitize things in there too. And if it burns a little bit, remember, you've diluted 50%. If you do your face, you use this solution, but you always dilute it down 50%, because the face skin is way different.
Yes, different texture.
It's different. It's not as tough.
Yeah.
Would it help with, I have a little wart right there, a plantar wart. Would it help dissolve that?
Scrub
or-
that.
Scrub that thing good, and then what we can do is you can try putting. I had a few of those. I put well, I've done fulvic on it, and if you want to really, it takes about 30 days, and it'll usually get rid of it. Or if you want to do it faster, you can do 35% hydrogen peroxide. She knows how to do that. Okay, so questions now on for the bag for your feet. Remember, you soak your feet, and you can add bentonite clay into the bags, because the bentonite clay works as also a drawing agent, okay, to suck out a lot of heavy metals, because a lot of people have heavy metals from touching, I don't care what it is, with your hands. Petroleum products, cleaning products.
Everything. I mean, they're your hands. You touch it. That's what you touch everything with.
Shampoo, touching shampoo. Remember, these are all the things. So once you clean your skin, you don't put on any more of those lotions that you buy at the store. You're going to use coconut oil, and you put in minerals and a little bit of silica. And I put the minerals and the silica I put 80% minerals and about 20% silica in one little bottle. So we usually have a little spray bottle that we have for the magnesium. And so I mix them so I don't have to play around mixing them in my hand. Then I just take a little coconut oil, and we'll go over on how to do that. And you always lubricate yourself with the correct oils and never use any other oil. And if only other oil you want to use on top of that is better on top is cacao butter.
Cacao.
Yeah, and just use these natural
To
oils
seal it
and
in,
your
cacao
skin
to
will
seal it
love
in.
you.
Yeah.
Your pores will open up, and it's the best thing you've ever done, used, and it's the cheapest.
So there you have it. This is your
Okay.
base alcohol skin wash. Does anybody have any questions?
¿Tiene preguntas? Ahí entiende.
No, yeah, because I love the company. I've been buying stuff in the company, so everything is in the company.
Everything's
So
there.
you can find it in there. So
Yeah, we've tried to make this so it's really easy for people to find all these products, because even if you were going to buy silica or magnesium, the silica that most people sell, or actually everybody sells, is non-concentrated. We don't dilute this. So you take 4 bottles of the other silica, and this is the same price as 1 bottle of the other ones. This is all, so like Earthship's like a Consumer Reports. We don't dilute down the magnesium. Otherwise, most of it's diluted down to 10%. So that's why people say, oh, I like this magnesium better. When I put it on, it doesn't sting me. You can dilute it yourself. You're just paying for water.
Yeah.
So ours has 31% full strength.
Sting is the good stuff.
It means it's working.
The sting means it's full strength. You're
Yeah,
getting.
that's the reason
getting
why
your
I
money.
get it, because I could afford to get it, because the other, and I try to look for other products. They don't really give you. You can't kind of
Same
figure out
value.
what's in it, how
No,
much.
you have no idea.
You know,
It's a very confusing thing to try to get
Yeah.
healthy, because it was really confusing to get unhealthy. It was actually not confusing because you just
Okay.
follow the rules of everybody else. So for me, there's been several things that I've found that help people massively, and one is doing the external cleaning of your body and super lubricating yourself, okay? And the coconut oil, the reason why you want to use it too versus like any other oil is because it has lauric acid. And it makes your skin
Antifungal,
really
antibacterial.
antifungal, because that's what you're trying to do. You wiped all the critters off. And then when you do this too, when you get home, we'll show you. You go home and you take some of this alcohol, okay? And you put it in a spray bottle. And you take your pillows and you spray those things, okay? And put them in a trash bag. Seal it up. Spray some more there. Seal it up so the fumes inside kill everything in your pillow.
that's good to know. What about your
Everything.
mattress?
You do the same when you buy yourself one of those. They're made for dust mites. And
wanna
you,
say it.
you
You
put it's a
wanna say
condom. It's a mattress condom. Okay, you fit it around there, you zip it up, and that's because if not, then what happens is the hair mites just jump right back on you, and you're sort of cleaning them off, but they come right back because you got
Yes.
taken care of business. And then you take the diatomaceous
I do
earth.
this for the rug.
Yeah.
I put it in the rug
Exactly.
because I have a dog, and one time he was getting in the couch, and it kills the smell right away. Yeah, it's dusty. After
But
I
the one
just
thing
take it,
we
so.
should say about diatomaceous oil, you really don't want to inhale it. It's
Well, you want to be careful with it, but this, if you did inhale it, it's not good to inhale just because it's silica. It's like glass,
In your
but
lungs.
it's not going to give you silicosis. The other
Two
stuff
type of
will,
silica.
the regular.
This is the liquid.
This is liquid magnesium. This is silica.
Silica.
This is silica that's broken down, so it's very, very assimilable. You can swallow this stuff, and you break down very little because this is silica right here. It's crystal.
Oh, I see.
This is number 8 hardness. Glass is like number 4. So this can cut this because this is way harder.
Yes.
Okay, so the idea is that you're trying to go ahead and put in, that's why you use crystal salt. You want as many crystals as you can back in your system. So, and any of these ideas that you can do here too, in 2 seconds and we'll close off here. You can also do the same with sodium bicarbonate. Okay, remember I told you can take diatomaceous earth, put it in a little jar, and you can mix it up. Well, you can
means
take...
as a buffer, or
Well,
as a
no,
buffer.
as out in the sun, after you've cleaned your body off, you can take one of these agents like this and just use one here and there. Remember, it's all an experiment, and I found out each one of these things here actually, because you're trying to shrink up your skin too. You lose, let's say, 30 pounds, and what happens? Your skin, you want it to shrink with you.
Yeah.
You want it to shrink with you.
Yeah.
So laying in the sun, if you guys can here too, you know, this is one of the things that is really beneficial, is to try to lay out in the sun even when you're
And
fasting.
close up your pores too. Because
Yep.
you guys have really big pores.
We're gonna do the whole.
One last thing, you know me. The reason being why Hawaii sun is so powerful, okay? You don't go get out in the sun until you clean your skin up, because if you do burn, and black people burn, don't they?
Yes.
Bad.
Yes.
Okay, but you don't burn. It's what lives on your skin and in your pores burn. So this is going to wipe them off. And so
Yes.
now when you go on the sun, you're not only never going to burn, but you're going to absorb D3 like you need to, 100%, instead of just a fractal, because most of it gets reflected off.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when the dark people suffer a lot from a lack of vitamin D because they're not going in the sun.
Going in the sun.
Yeah.
It's the healthiest thing you can do is put sun on your genitals, go up on the mountain over there, bring a thing over there. No one has got 30 acres here. It's no one's. There's no traipsing people. In a couple of months, we'll have 15 people picking the lychee trees. But right now, it's safe.
All right. All
I have
right.
just a couple
One
of
question.
questions. How many times would you do the cleansing before you allow yourself to go out to the sun?
One time.
Just one time?
One time, scrub yourself really super good. And make sure when you scrub, we'll go over this, you want to be purple everywhere. You want to wipe off this little yellow coating that you can't see. So you do one side of your body and you look in the mirror and you go, shoot, this is purple and this side's green and yellow. So you're scraping, then you look at your towel and you go, wow, look at the stuff that came off. But you may not, your towel may not get that dirty a few times in the beginning. It's because your pores are clogged.
Oh, I see.
Pores are clogged. I can wash, and I do this on the videos all the time. I wash my skin before I go into the far infrared unit. I go in, I gouache on myself, I do my whole thing right. I scrub myself with a towel, and it's still dirt's coming out on my skin.
Yeah, when you come out, you still
Okay.
get dirt.
Then I go into the shower, okay, and I get out and I go, okay, here's number 3, and I scrub myself one more time, and the thing's still black. I said, well, where's this stuff coming out of? Because my pores are open, and what it's doing is it's releasing everything from the week or whenever.
Yeah, because it's a nice thing to point out. We all know, okay, our skin is one of our biggest detox organs, but that is because every day, every second of every moment you're awake or asleep, your skin is supposed to be detoxing.
Right.
Any pesticides that you eat, all these things, they actually they have a very short half-life in your body, meaning that they're only in your body for a short amount of time if you're able to detox normally the way you should be, which is always coming out of your lungs, always coming out of your skin, always coming out in your urine. But then people get constipated, people get blocked skin and blocked pores, and then bam, your major detox organ, your pores, is clogged up, and so boom, you get toxic. And
What happened when we went on that whale watching trip, or the whale swimming trip? We actually swam with whales, okay? What was everybody putting on in the place? And I'm scratching my
oh my
head.
God, sunscreen!
And the nastiest smelling
Spraying
chemical
it.
spray that I couldn't believe. And everybody's still getting sunburn, and I'm out there putting on.
He's out there like
coconut oil. And I'm like, oh, I love the sun. It's because I don't have anything on my skin, and I saw these people, and I said, I used to put all that stuff on my skin too.
It's really true. I mean, even me, like I could be in the sun for a long time, but after I started doing all this cleaning stuff and like doing the vodka skin wash, I can go out in Kona sun 6 hours, no problem, nothing.
And you just-
Full sun the whole time, no problem.
Just get tan.
And I don't even get tan anymore. This is it for me.
Yeah. So your question was, you can do this pretty much. You want to do it every day, okay? If you feel that you don't sweat in the sweat box, like you go into the sweat box
Myra
there,
has that. Has that.
okay, and you don't sweat for 20 minutes. You need to do this, okay? And what you do is you don't just put it on. You're perfect. You got perfect clothes on today. We'll scrub you, and you can see. Everybody has these tiny little bumps on their skin. Those are out of here, okay? Especially once we break those little capsules, they're little tiny ones. She doesn't have that many of them, but a lot of people have hundreds of them on the back of their arms, and they pick them off, little white spots.
Yep.
Okay? These are all critters that live
Thank
under your
God.
skin.
So I wanted to know, like, if you go in the sauna and then you come out because it kind of open up your pores, and you could go in the sauna and then try to use it on your
Skin wash,
skin.
yeah.
Well, you clean your skin before you go in, and once you get out, you're good. And what you do is you can either wash yourself off. The best thing is to go down to the waterfall, and you go into the waterfall and stay in that waterfall and let it hit you cold as long as you can, and you'll come out and go, whoa.
Crashing on her head.
And once, you haven't tried that yet, have you?
No.
She's been too cold. She's been too
I'm
cold.
sure that I will do it at least once.
Well, no, once you do it once, you break the ice. You just have to go into the sun the first time because it is pretty cool
On
water.
the sun, whatever,
Yeah.
get warm, and then
As soon as you get out of the box, you're hot. Okay, we're going right now. In 10 minutes, just say, I'm not
Yeah,
going.
there's snow in the mountaintop up there.
Yeah, pretty incredible for Hawaii, huh?
It's amazing. I told my sister, she says, what?
yeah, people go and snowboard up there actually.
Yeah.
So will this take the, in addition, should you think of skin brushing or this?
You don't need to do the
for
brushing.
Brushing.
The brushing's actually, if you don't have any of the alcohol, it's better than nothing. But what this does is you're soaking in the alcohol in your pore because you're trying to get everybody that's in your pore out of there.
Yeah.
So you're trying to sanitize yourself. The surface part's one thing, but you want the stuff to soak in. That's why we'll show you how to go ahead and apply it.
And you know, skin brushing, I just want to say, I used to be a huge skin brusher. And before I met Dr. Cassar, totally skin brush. I loved it. It felt more vital because it moves your lymph and it
Yeah,
moves your
I
blood and it
liked it.
kind of takes off that first layer of skin. Once I started doing gua sha, skin brushing is nothing. It's not. I mean, it's like children's. It's like children's play. You know, I mean, gua shaing. I mean,
good start.
gua shaing is moving blood. That's moving lymph. That is like that.
It's effective.
That is effective.
It
Yes.
makes you so you become your own
I
doctor.
mean,
That's what it is.
when you
Yeah,
get
sure,
out
yeah.
from gua shaing, you just feel you're just a whole new. person.
There's a lot of people that don't like me sharing these techniques because this is part of their practice that they actually charge people money when you come and see. Like when you go to a doctor, they're not going to share with you anything more than my
Well, maybe
license.
most of those doctors don't even know.
Well, my license
Look at
has this, okay? Like a massage person gives you a massage, they should be teaching you, well, this is the way you want to do this. You know, trying to learn. So we're going to do massage sessions at night here. Everybody joins in and you just learn. No
Yes.
matter if you've never done before, just like Dave doing an enema, came here to go ahead and do some different things, did you?
Yes,
And you're going to do
exactly.
some different
Learn. You should always teach everybody around you and try to grow and try to integrate and try to be a teacher to other people. Right? That's what you're trying to do. This is what this movement's all about: is teaching people to be teachers to other people.
Yeah, you're here to help yourself.
Spread the
And once you
love.
help yourself, you know what you do? You have to help others because you see that what they're doing is what you used to do, and you figured out what you were doing was wrong, and now you upgraded. You say, "Hey, let me show you something."
And that's not to be a preacher of this stuff, but somebody wants to learn.
Well, it's just nice for people to live a clean life because in time, if you don't live a clean life, in time you have to backpedal and figure out how to get healthy. So,
I heard a quote a while back. It said that fashion was that what made the world go around. And if your skin is fashionable, it will attract the law of attraction.
Maybe,
But it's fashion in a way.
it is.
Donning
Your
your
skin,
by
your skin is your
Dr.
skin's your
Well,
fashion.
being
yeah.
clean and vital looking and vibrant. I think that's never gonna.
Well, one last thing before my other everyone I do. I do
1 minute,
another
one more
addendum,
minute.
one more. Your skin, remember, is this thin right here. It's as thin as my eyelid. Okay, remember it's thin. So everywhere your body, okay, has skin, it's this thick. There are different things that live underneath it, okay, but the layer that we want to clean is the lymph layer, and this is like the porthole to getting it open. So checking, your thickness of your skin, if it's thick. Like, remember when I first started work on Dr. Mari, her skin, you couldn't move the top part to the bottom part. So we started breaking everything. And she goes, "Ow!" Just yeah. And
There's been a lot of that.
so it hurts a little bit at first to break stuff apart, but once you break it apart, it starts itching. You go, "Yeah, this feels good to break apart." Okay. So in the beginning, this helps soften things up, putting magnesium on every day, every time you get out of the shower, and twice a day since you're doing this. You just put it in your hand, rub it on with a little coconut, softens your skin.
This one or the hexahydrate. That's a transdermal. They're both. I mean,
The one you have in the bottle is stronger.
the hexahydrate.
That's more for the skin, and this is a.
Here, this one's got all the minerals.
Well, they both have all the minerals. One's a little bit different than the other, only because one's stronger, and we have to get different labels. We can't go ahead and tell people
Labels.
to take internal, external. We have two different ones, but they are different products.
All right, so I think that's it.
And I think so.
That's it. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for watching.
Most excellent.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right.
Alrighty.
There we go.
Aloha.
Aloha.
There we go.
Important reminder. All information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.